A pleasant day to everyone. Our lesson for this moment will be about hypothesis and conclusion of if-then statements. The objectives of this session are determine the hypothesis and the conclusion of statements, determine the relationship between the hypothesis and the conclusion of an if-then statement, identify if the statement is valid or invalid, and transform a statement into an equivalent if-then statement. Let us have a recall first. What is the difference between cause and effect? So, like in science, when I say cause, ito po yung rason kung bakit nangyari ang isang bagay. Effect ay ito na yung outcome or yung result nung ginawang dahilan. In Filipino, cause is sanhi, effect is bunga. What is a hypothesis? When we say hypothesis, ito po yung guess po natin or condition para mangyari ang isang event. What is a conclusion? Ang conclusion naman po, ito ang outcome ng ginawang event. What is a proportion? When we say proportion in mathematics, it is the equality of two ratios. What is an if-then statement? An if-then statement is also called as a conditional statement. It is comprised of a hypothesis or the condition and a conclusion or the effect once the condition is done. So for example, I have here, I missed the bus and I was late to school. Ang hypothesis po natin dito ay yung unang event na nangyayari. So dito sa ating situations, ang unang event po na nangyari dyan ay na-miss po ang bus. Dahil na-miss po ang bus, ang naging effect po nito ay I was late to school. So ito po ang nagsuserve as our conclusion. Let us take a look at the truth table of if-then statements. So dito sa truth table po natin, si P is the condition or the hypothesis, Q is the conclusion or the effect. Then ito naman po, ang kasabi po dito ay si P, if P, then Q. So itong symbol natin na to ay para po sa if-then statement. So kung mapapansin po ninyo, meron tayong letter T at meron din tayong letter F dun sa ating table. Ang ibig po sabihin ng T ay positive yung thought. Pag sinabing F po, negative po ang thought or negated po yung ibig sabihin. So, kung mapapansin po, dito sa ating if-then column, meron po tayong nag-iisang invalid na statement. Kailan po nagiging invalid ng statement? So, for example po, positive yung thought para sa condition or sa hypothesis, pero pagdating sa effect ay negated. So, ang halimbawa po nito ay, sabi ni nanay, kung ikaw ay maghuhugas ng mga pinggan, pwede ka nang manood ng TV. So, halimbawa po, naghugas ka na ng pinggan. Tapos, pagdating sa output, hindi ka pa rin pinanood ng TV. So, para sa'yo, hindi yon makatarungan. Kaya pagdating sa decision making, invalid po ang ating statement. Okay? Let us now determine the hypothesis and the conclusion of statements. For example, we have here, young actresses are health conscious. Dito muna tayo sa unang sentence. Hanapin po ang verb na given po sa atin. Ang verb po ay itong are. Ang tawag sa kanya ay linking verb. Ang example po ng linking verb ay is, are, was, were. So, hanapin mo muna si linking verb or any verb na meron doon sa sentence. And then, on its left, yun po yung ating hypothesis. So, dito, ang hypothesis natin ay young actresses. Ito yung condition. Kailangan isa kang actress na bata. Pagdating naman sa conclusion, yun po yun nasa right side ng linking verb. Ito po yun, health conscious. So, ang ibig po sabihin yan, kailangan mauna munang may ganito bago magkaroon ng ganito. So, meaning, kapag ikaw daw ay batang aktres, ikaw daw ay health conscious. So, after identifying the hypothesis and the conclusion in the first sentence, let us take a look at the next sentence. Norma and Perla are young actresses. Then they are health conscious. Identify kung ano po ang unang binanggit between young actresses and health conscious. So, dito sa second sentence natin, ang unang binanggit ay si young actresses, followed by health conscious. So, with this, we can now identify if the statement is valid or invalid. Papasok po dito si proportion. Pag gagawa po tayo ng proportion, the first ratio is for the first sentence, the second ratio is for the second sentence. So, doon muna tayo sa first ratio. Paano po natin isusulat ang first ratio given the first sentence? So, naunang binanggit si young actress, so that will be YA is to HC. Equals, yung equals natin, yun po yung period. Okay? Equals, ang unang binanggit naman para sa second ratio natin ay young actresses, so YA is to HC. So, yun po yung magiging proportion natin. Now, take a look at our proportion. Kapag po may pattern tayo na ganito na naunang binanggit si hypothesis, conclusion, pagdating sa susunod, siya pa rin si hypothesis at ito pa rin si conclusion. So, alternate po dapat yan. Kapag ganito po ang itsura ng proportion natin, the statement is valid. Let us now have our second example. Students who are good in mathematics are smart. Maria and Rowena are smart, then they are good in mathematics. So let us take a look at the first sentence muna. So students who are good in mathematics are smart. So there are two verbs na ginamit. So itong are, nagre-represent para sa students, di ba? Dinescribe si students as good in mathematics. Pagdating naman sa R, ang dinidescribe naman dito, yung buong statement na to, na ang students na magagaling sa math ay matatalino daw. Ito ay example ko lamang po ha, so hindi ko naman po sinasabing totoo po tong statement na to. Okay, so pag ganito ang gagawin, ang meron tayo, dalawang verbs, ang kunin natin yung malapit sa the right side. Okay? Kasi ito, dinidescribe lang niya si student. Pero ito, dinidescribe niya yung mga estudyanteng magagaling sa math. Okay? So, mas detalyado po siya. So, if this is your verb, the left part will be the hypothesis. So, this will be our hypothesis or the condition. Kailangan magaling sa math. Ang conclusion daw natin dyan ay si smart. Okay? So, since ito yung verb, yung susunod sa kanya, yun yung conclusion. Now, on the next sentence, hanapin mo yung unang binanggit between good in math tsaka kay smart. So, Maria and Rowena are smart. So, unang binanggit si smart, followed by good in mathematics. So, let us now identify if it is valid or invalid. Gagawa tayo ng proportion. So, let's have GM for good in mathematics is to smart. So, GM is to S. And then, equals S is to GM. So, that will be our proportion. So, as you can see, magkaiba po ang ating pattern. Hindi siya alternating. So, pag ganito po ang case, the statement is invalid. How do we transform a statement into an if-then statement? So, there are cases na sentence form pero hindi siya conditional na directly may if at may word na then. So, ang gagawin mo lang is use this format, if followed by the hypothesis or the condition, then followed by the conclusion. Let us have the example. Cigarette smoking is dangerous to your health. So, in making if-then statements, identifying the hypothesis and the conclusion, you must have a complete sentence for each, for the hypothesis and for the conclusion. So here, this is our verb. So on the left side, is the hypothesis. So, cigarette smoking. So, you will create a sentence about cigarette smoking. So, ang papalabasin natin dito is merong someone na nagsusmoke. Okay? So, let us not name names. Let us just be in general. So, let us say that a person smokes. So that will satisfy our condition. What will be the conclusion? His or her, kasi nga person, huwag natin gawing his lang. Kailangan parehas natin i-consider, lalaki at babae. His or her health is in danger. Kasi yun po yung sinasabi ng conclusion natin na dangerous to your health. So with this, you just have to combine these two. So if a person smokes, then his or her health is in danger. Yun po yung magiging if-then statement natin. Let us have another example. So this shape is a triangle. A triangle consists of three sides, angles, and vertices. So here, this is our verb. On the left is our hypothesis. So the condition is the shape or a shape must be a triangle. So a shape is a triangle. After the verb is the conclusion, which is consists of three sides, angles, and vertices. So for the conclusion, we will have it consists of three sides, angles, and vertices. So to combine these two, we will write if a shape is a triangle, then it consists of three sides, angles, and vertices. To end this video, do not forget if-then statements are also called as conditional statements. Hypothesis is the condition while conclusion is the effect after the condition is done. A statement is valid if it follows the proportion hypothesis is to conclusion equals hypothesis is to conclusion. To make an if-then statement, you must use the format if followed by the hypothesis, then followed by the conclusion. So this ends my presentation for today, hypothesis and conclusion of if-then statements. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.